Well, what about the night before, May 28th?
No, he was in here with another prospect. That guy lost his shirt before he could sell him enough land to stand on.
Miss Lane, would you be willing to testify to what you just told me in court?
Sure. All I want is my husband back.
Your husband?
Well, you might as well know everything. We were married last March in Boulder City.
Hey, go on.
Well, I had to keep it a secret. They don't hire married gals for my kind of work, and we needed the steady money.
Well, sure, I understand how that is.
Look, I've got to go. Business is getting slow.
All right. Anything you want me to tell Wade?
Would you?
Sure.
Well, tell him if he gets home for Christmas to bring a present for the baby.
Ed McGrath was hot but happy when he called the next morning to report on his interview with Margot Lane. He was almost certain she could provide us with the airtight alibi we needed for our client. The picture became even better when Ed learned at Harry's garage that my client's car had been laid up for repairs from May 27 until June 2nd, and that he never had seen Wade Foster driving a red car. His next stop was to see Horace Bascomb, Foster's former employer.
Well, Mr. McGrath, I'm glad you dropped in. But I don't want you to say yes or no till you take plenty of time to think it over. I will not high-pressure a man.
I didn't come out to buy a lot in your development, Mr. Bascomb.
I tell you that I would have a guilty conscience if I let you pass up that golden opportunity. Why, you can double your money in a year.
I don't want to double my money.
You don't? Why?
I'm out here, Mr. Bascomb, to try and help Wade Foster. Was he working for you here in Las Vegas last May 28th and 29th?
May 28th. Yes, that it was. But just to be sure, I'll look in the appointment book.
Oh, you keep an appointment book, huh?
Oh, yes. It's a necessary function in the real estate business. May 28th, huh? There, here we are. Yep, you had appointment at 10, 1:30, and 3. Yeah, he didn't make a sale.
What about the next day?
May 29th. Yep, had an appointment at 10. No, that is canceled. Fool lost his money in a crap game. Then he met Mr. March at 5 and sold lot 412 for $2,000.
What was his commission?
2.5%.
$50, huh?
Yeah, that's $50.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Mr. Bascomb, thanks for your trouble.
No trouble at all.
May have to ask you to give a deposition.
Be glad to. Always glad to help a client.
Oh, one more thing.
Yes, sir.
You have a company car?
Company car?
Well, Foster's car was laid up at the time. Now, whose car was he driving when he brought his client out here?
Well, I don't know where he got it, but it certainly made a good impression.
You remember what it looked like?
Well, of course I do. It was a brand new Plymouth sedan.
Must be hundreds of those cars around. Why do you remember that one?
Because it was my favorite color. Red. Yes, sir. Fire engine red.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Bascomb.
Well, now, look here. 412's gone, but that 411 lot next to it is a Jim Dandy. If you don't get back in an hour, it'll be gone.
That doesn't prove anything. Well, good, Ed. You keep right at it. Where are you calling from? I can hardly hear you.
I'm at Mabel's Motel, where Foster used to live. Look, Bart, I'll call you back later, okay? All right, goodbye. Listen, Roy, will you turn that thing off just a minute?
I can hear you all right. When you got 10 rooms to clean and nobody to help with the work, you ain't got time to stop and talk.
Well, how long did Foster live here?
Oh, about 6, 7 months. Nice boy. Always paid his rent on time. Mind moving your feet?
Did he ever stay out all night?
No, sir. On that, you can be sure.
How's that?
Well, lots of people staying here getting divorces. Lots of them use me as a witness. They've been here 6 weeks. You ain't never been divorced?
No, ma'am.
Well, it takes that long, and you can't be away for more than 24 hours at a time. I got a front room and a bad case of insomnia. I know when you're in, and I know when you ain't.
Yeah. Well, do you own a red Plymouth sedan?
Don't have a car. Why would I have time to drive one?
Did Mr. Foster own one?
No. Owned an old Ford. Sold it the day he left here. Well, that does this room. Anything else you want to know?
Yes. Are you positive Mr. Foster was here the night of May 28th?
Look, mister, like I told you before, it's my business to remember when they ain't here.
Now, if we have to call you as a witness in this case...
I get $25 a day on expenses.
Mrs. Leroy, this is not a divorce trial.
Well, he's been hitched to a crime, ain't he?
Yeah.
And you're trying to separate him from it, ain't you?
That's right.
That's divorce in my book. $25 a day on expenses. Good day.
Good.
Yeah, standing on the cord.
Sorry. Thanks a lot, Mrs. Leroy.
All right. Hey, that 25 has got to be in cash.
Yes, sir. May I be of service?
Yeah, I want to rent a car.
Well, here's our stable. They're all brand new, in perfect condition.
How about this one, the sedan?
A sedan in this weather? A convertible would be the kind of car that...
I don't like convertibles. What color is the sedan?
Well, you won't like that either. It's red.
Red? You recognize this man?
No. No, I don't think so. Should I?
How long have you worked here?
Only since June the 15th.
You keep a record of all the cars you rent?
Certainly, that's the law.
I'd like the names of everyone who rented this car last May.
There you are, Lieutenant. You are a policeman, aren't you?
What's the mileage from here to L.A.?
Exactly 289 miles. Public Defender's office, huh?
Mm-hmm. I'm driving about five and a half hours, huh?
Well, we recommend 6.5.
May 28th. Went out at 5 p.m. Returned May 31st, 9 a.m. Total mileage, 722, signed W. Foster. I'd like to rent this car for a few hours.
Yes, sir. I'll make out the papers.
Mind if I keep this long enough to have a photostat made?
Well, what's the matter? Did the fella get in trouble of some kind? States here that he paid for it.
He paid the first installment.
I beg your pardon?
Unless I'm wrong, you'll be paying for it for a long time to come.
And that's all the cars up until midnight, May the 28th. Now, this page is for May 29th, from 12:01 a.m. on. What was that license number again?
Nevada plate 69544.
Nevada. Oh, yes, here it is. Well, that car was logged going through here at 7:44 a.m., May the 29th.
Would you give me an affidavit to that effect, Inspector?
I'll be glad to, Mr. McGrath.
Do you have any record of the car leaving California?
No, sir. Only the cars that come into the state. Oh, hi, Charlie. Hot enough for you?
Not too bad. Say, do you belong to that red Plymouth parked outside?
Yeah, why? Anything wrong, officer?
You don't look like the same fella.
What?
But I'll bet it's the same car. I should know it. I chased it for nearly 20 miles.
Oh?
Caught up with it just outside Barstow. He was doing nearly 90.
When was this?
Oh, a couple of months ago. Yeah, it was around the end of May. Gave him a ticket, but he never showed up in court.
Was he headed east or west?
Toward Vegas. I guess he was in a hurry to get there and lose his money.
Oh, I'm afraid he was in a hurry to get there and save it. I'll wait for that affidavit, Inspector. Oh, from the Public Defender's office. Oh, it looks pretty bad now. I figure he left Vegas about 5 in the morning. That'd put him into the Irmo inspection